doctor.
So it turns out that Superman and Katlego have something in common genetics. And I'm never going to hear the end of that, Kat.
Yeah, I'm going to bring your friend now. Oh,
there we go. You know, just don't show us your red underpants. But before we even get into that, Yael, tell me about a genetic test and lifestyle changes. I mean, how do you put the two together?
Well, it's a science called nutrigenomics, and the idea of it is that what we eat and the diet that we choose interacts with our genes to impact how healthy you are, how we look, and what we weigh, and the choices we make.
Now, what genes did you test in Katlego? Because there are 25,000 genes out there.
That's right, yeah. We didn't do all 25,000. There were two tests that we did. The one was a weight management genetic test, which
Clearly,
you can see was absolutely appropriate.
I had a big problem with
Clearly, took one look at him, said we're going to do weight management. Another one was about optimal health. So I'll tell you a little bit about the results that we found.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, well, let's just talk about weight management, because you can imagine that was quite interesting. The most interesting was that we actually didn't find anything. Yeah, well, we found DNA when we found genetics, but we actually found in the test that he had no issues around weight management, which is a really good thing. I would have been concerned if we had found anything different.
Because the lab doesn't know what Katlego looks like.
Correct,
so it's just taking his DNA going,
right.
No issues.
So that was great. So he has no issues around weight. However, this test also looks at exercise genes that give us some information about
speed,
whether you're better
power,
power, endurance. Are you better running marathons? Are you better climbing mountains? Yeah. So we found this gene called actin-3. We found a version of it that actually is what we call the power gene, or the Superman gene.
He really actually been doing push-ups this whole interview through.
Sitting in my office, anyway. And basically what it says is that his muscles are very, very responsive to training, that he has short bursts of very, very big power. So that was great.
And you would concur with that, Katlego?
I would, definitely. I'll give you some. I'm willing to share my genes.
Can't share your genes, sorry. Doesn't matter. All right, so that's kind of the fun stuff.
All right, so maybe more serious stuff. Now, was it only good news, or was there some not so good news?
Not so good news is a good way to put it. It was just some areas that we needed a bit of attention and make some changes. So the two areas we looked at that needed attention were cholesterol metabolism, where we found a gene called ApoE that gives us some idea of Katlego's responsiveness to diet, particularly to fats. Mm-hmm. So he's super responsive to the increase in fats in a negative way and super responsive to good fats in a positive way. Also highlighted the need for Katlego to go and have his cholesterol done, which we identified that hadn't been done.
Never, ever.
Really?
Never.
So, yeah.
No, I've never known myself or thought of myself as somebody who would have a problem with cholesterol. I mean, I eat whatever I want.
No cholesterol in the family?
No. My mom has a bit of a cholesterol problem, but I mean, nothing too alarming.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we're not
you're
alarmed.
Going to do that right away, though.
Yeah.
In fact, straight after this.
Straight after this, yeah. Okay, so that was the one area that there may not be an issue, but definitely want to explore it. And then having got the results back, we'll look at his diet. Mm-hmm. The second issue...
Phase 2 metabolism, what about that?
Phase 2 metabolism, yeah. Another word for that is detoxification. So we identified two genes in the detoxification pathways that are not functioning optimally. And what it means is that toxins coming to the body are not being excreted from the body as quickly as we would like. Toxins in the body are not a good thing. We want them out. So these genes can be compensated for by eating the right diet, which in this case is particular vegetables that boost the activity of other enzymes that can compensate for having had the two gene variations that we found.
I see, but that's not great news. So your genes predispose you to something or some condition, but you can actually manage that through diet and lifestyle changes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a knowledge is power kind of thing. That's now that I know, I can change my lifestyle.
So you're not a victim of your genetic code, are you?
Except when it comes to good looks.
Yes,
so right there.
We didn't test the good look gene, no. That's the point, is that none of us are victims of our DNA. Yes, we inherit it. Yes, we can't change our DNA in our lifetime. But if we know what we've inherited, if we know where those areas of concern are, we can change our diet, we can change our lifestyle to mitigate, to compensate for it, and hopefully live very long and healthy lives.
Katlego, you've just done this test. Your immediate reaction, now that you know, what's going to change?
Look, we had a talk, and I'm seriously going to start looking at the way I live my life and the way I eat and what I do on a daily basis, getting enough rest and all of those to help myself recover, and really just managing my genetics, my DNA.
Fantastic.
And more vegetables.
More vegetables.
Always more vegetables.
Yeah. Always more vegetables.
Yeah. And watch that weight. As you love it. Knowledge is power. Yael, fascinating insights. Thank you so much for that. We won't haven't heard the last of nutrigenomics, but I think the message for me really is your DNA doesn't dictate your destiny. Your diet and lifestyle can change how your genes behave, which means for the majority of us, it's your choice to be healthy or not.
Hello, doctor.